Then we'll mark the location of the endoplasmic reticulum. At the outer end, ER is connected to the cell membrane, and at the inner end it is connected to the nuclear membrane. So here if you see, this is connected on the inner side to the nuclear membrane and outer side to the cell membrane. So it's an irregular network of double membranes which runs between the cell membrane and the nuclear membrane. Irregular network of double membranes with ribosomes attached or without is the structure. Running between nuclear membrane and cell membrane is the location. And what is the function? Now endoplasmic reticulum acts as a supporting framework of the cell, and that is why we also call it the cytoskeleton. Cytoskeleton. Cyto means cell. Skeleton is the supporting framework. So it forms the supporting framework of the cell. It also acts as a pathway for distribution of materials within the cell and between two cells. It may help in the material distribution inside this cell also on these surfaces, or two cells which are connected across also. So first forms the cytoskeleton or the supporting framework of the cell. Second, helps in distribution of materials within the cell and between two cells. And third, RER, that is rough endoplasmic reticulum, helps in synthesis of proteins. So these are the functions of endoplasmic reticulum. Now what do these ribosomes do? As told to you just now, they help in synthesis of proteins. So ribosomes are called factories for synthesis of proteins. Just like ER is called cytoskeleton, ribosomes are called factories for synthesis of proteins. They are small granules and they are membraneless. They are without membranes. They are membraneless. And where are they present? They are either present on the surface of ER or they are present lying freely in the cytoplasm. So what is the structure? Small membraneless granules. What is the location? Present on the surface of ER or freely in the cytoplasm. And what is the function? They are factories for synthesis of proteins. This is the location and this is the structure. Next is mitochondria, also known as the powerhouse of the cell. Powerhouse of the cell is a name given to it. It needn't be written in the function. That is protein factory of the cell, powerhouse of the cell, skeleton of the cell. These are the terms used to describe them. But when you write functions, functions should be well worded. So for mitochondria, you have to write what function? Cellular respiration. Two words have to be written. Cellular respiration. So mitochondria are spherical or rod shaped. They also have two walls, outer and inner wall. So they are double walled bags which may be spherical or rod shaped, and inner walls are thrown into finger like projections which are called cristae. If we take a look at the mitochondria, its inner wall is thrown into finger like projections like this, and these are called cristae. So this is what a mitochondria looks like. So this is all its structure. What is the location? They are found in the cytoplasm of the cell, both in animal cell as well as in the plant cells. These are the mitochondria. But you will find that animal cells overall contain more mitochondria than the plant cells, because animals have to move from one place to another for food, shelter, to escape from enemies, to take care of their young ones, for reproduction. So they need more energy. And mitochondria are the powerhouse of the cell. They provide the cell with energy. So why do animal cells have more mitochondria? Because animals need more energy for all these activities. So this is the function of mitochondria, cellular respiration. This was the structure, and for location you write in your books that it is present in the cytoplasm of both plant and animal cells, more in number in animal cells and fewer in plant cells. If we have to write the function, only this much is sufficient. If you are asked why are mitochondria called powerhouse of the cell, you have to mark everything from here till here. That is, mitochondria are the sites. Sites means places where respiration occurs to release energy. This energy is stored in the form of energy rich compounds and is used in various metabolic functions of the cell and in turn for the body. And this energy, which is stored in the form of ATP, is used later, and this is all because of mitochondria. So this is a separate question: why are mitochondria called the powerhouse of the cell? We move on next to Golgi apparatus. Now Golgi apparatus consists of number of cisternae. These pipes or tubes arranged one under the other, they are called cisternae. And along with cisternae, you see some spherical vacuoles also, okay, which we call, tiny ones are called vesicles and other ones are called vacuoles. So cisternae, don't get confused between cristae of mitochondria and cisternae. Cisternae, vesicles, vacuoles, they all together make up Golgi apparatus. So Golgi apparatus is supposed to be originated from ER only. Some portions of ER get cut off, they get chopped off, and they form Golgi apparatus, which is composed of three things you can mark here: cisternae, vesicles, and vacuoles. All this will come under structure. The Golgi complex consists of many small groups of hollow tubular structures with membranous walls called cisternae associated with minute vesicles and vacuoles. This is all structure. Now Golgi apparatus are called by another name in plants. They are called or referred to as dictyosomes. They look more or less the same. It's referred to as dictyosomes. They usually contain smaller and more scattered groups of cisternae and vesicles. So there's a slight change, but more or less they look same. So learn this term. They are known as dictyosomes in plants. What functions do they perform, whether Golgi complex or dictyosome? They are both present in plants and animal cells, or Golgi complex in the cytoplasm. They are concerned with the secretions of the cell, including enzymes, hormones, etc., and their packaging and transport to different sites within the cell. So you may write here, secretes enzymes and hormones and transports them to different parts of the cell. Secretes enzymes and hormones and transports them to different parts of the cell. This would be the function of Golgi complex, and this is what it looks like, having cisternae, vesicles, and vacuoles. Our next organelle is lysosome. Lysosome is called suicide bag of the cell. Suicide means to take its own life. Now, under what situation will a cell take its own life? If a cell is so damaged, that is, many damaged cells are rapidly destroyed or dissolved by their lysosomes, and that is why they are called suicide bags. If a cell is so damaged that it knows that it can no longer be repaired, what does it do? It bursts its lysosome, releases the enzymes present in it. Okay, you could presume lysosome to be a bag-like structure like this, filled with enzymes called hydrolytic enzymes. These are the lysosomes here, they're made here. Okay, a bag-like structure, and it is also present both in plant and animal cells, but it is less often present in plants, usually found in animals, may be present but only in few plants. So when this cell say gets so damaged that it knows it cannot be repaired, what will happen? This bag will burst, and when this will burst, enzymes will be released and whole cell will be destroyed and digested, and a new cell will take its place. That is why lysosomes are called suicide bags. This process is called autodigestion. In what other situations do lysosomes act? If any foreign substance enters the cell, any foreign substance, the enzymes destroy and digest that foreign substance from outside, unwanted around them. So they are defense ports also of the body. And if the cell is going without food, that is under conditions of starvation, the cell is going without food for long, then also these lysosomes act. What do? They digest a bit of these cell organelles around them, a bit of cell membrane, a bit of this, little things in the cytoplasm are digested and the cell is kept alive. So enzymes from the lysosomes will digest the material in the cell when the cell is going without food for long or is undergoing starvation. So a damaged cell uses lysosomes, a starving cell uses the enzymes of lysosomes, and a cell which is attacked by some foreign substance which gains entry to it also requires the use of lysosomes. And they are called the suicide bags. They are present in the cytoplasm, usually in animal cells, rarely in plant cells.